My grandpa told me his only son hid away a secret treasure somewhere on our land a very long time ago. Curiosity consumed me, so I was thinking, nowadays I have so much time because of the global pandemic, I might as well look for it. So I picked a spot and I started digging. You would not believe what I found. What is up guys, it's your boy Ming. Welcome to today's video. First off, I just want to say I can tell some of you guys don't watch my entire videos, because in my last video I would answer if these stories were real or not, and in that exact same video I still see people in the comment section below asking if they're real or not. At this point I'm starting to question if some of my viewers are robots. For those who are still asking if these story times are real, watch to the very end and I'll explain. First off, I just want to say our YouTube family is growing faster than ever before. I just want to thank you all for being so supportive. I love reading all the comments, so keep them coming. Alright, so here's the backstory for today's story time. As you are probably aware, the global pandemic is making everybody go a little bit crazy. Our grandpa lives with us now, but originally he lived in his own apartment, and we asked him to come up with us, but he refused. So the other day we were visiting his apartment, right, and we were just walking through the hallways when suddenly, out of absolute nowhere, we hear this malicious cough from someone's unit. And we were just like, okay, this area is not safe at all. Especially because my grandpa just turned 95. And in an apartment, the proximity between people is so close, which meant it was extremely dangerous for his age. So we had to take drastic measures and strongly convince grandpa to move up with us. Since it was way more isolated up in the farmlands, there was no place safer. So during this time, we all got to spend a little more time with grandpa, and he would tell us these stories. He always hinted to some family treasure, but he never really went into detail with it. I can understand how everyone is panicking, but maybe it's a sign for everyone to just slow down. Take a little breather, and spend some time with your family and loved ones when you didn't have time before. Before, it was non-stop work, all about the grind, and there always just wasn't enough time. So now more than ever is the perfect time to have those family nights. For this year's New Year's resolution, I told myself I would spend more time with grandpa. I mean, he just turned 95. When you reach that age, each year is a gift and blessing. I told myself I would film my grandpa more because 40 years down the line, memories will begin to fade. It will become a little bit hazy. But what lasts forever are videos of the actual memories. Which is probably why I love being a content creator, because you are able to capture those memories and moments. Don't be the person that keeps saying, oh, I'm too busy. No matter how busy you are, I don't believe that a person can't organize their schedule to spend even a couple hours with their family. Make it a priority. Because there will come a time in your life where you decide you want to spend time with them now, and by that time, it might be too late. Don't let your future self look back and say, oh, I wish I did this. I wish I took that risk to pursue my dream. I wish I spent more time with my family. I wish I spent more time with my dog. Because by that time, you can't change the past. Whatever it may be, do what you need to do now so your future self thanks you for it. As my audience grows bigger and bigger, I am fully aware I'm starting to have an influence and impact on you guys. So I really want to use my platform on top of just entertainment to spread positivity and hopefully inspire you guys. That being said, I hope at this point no one is really going out. What really upsets me is those young people who are still going out and think they're absolutely invincible. For those who are still clowning around and think this is okay, understand how serious this situation is. There are doctors and nurses in the front lines that are risking their lives to treat the infected. You are putting people around you who are more susceptible to the virus at risk. If you went out and got your loved ones sick, different story, right? Stop being ignorant and educate yourselves. Alright, enough about that. Hope everyone out there is staying safe and healthy. Now back to the story. So my grandpa is now living with us, so that means there is way more time for him to tell us stories about our family history and more about that hidden family secret treasure. Personally, I think it's super important to understand where your parents came from, the struggles they've been through to get to where they are today. My parents came from the poorest of the poor, and they worked their butts off to raise my siblings and I. And I know one day, with all the hard work that I put in, I'll be able to give back to them. So the other day, my grandpa was sharing some stories, and he finally told me his only son hid away a secret family treasure somewhere on our land a long time ago. So I was thinking, I got so much time nowadays because of the global pandemic, so I might as well look for it. So I picked a spot and I started digging. Days went by, and finally, you would not believe what I found. You wouldn't even believe if I told you guys. I'll just show you. My My grandpa told me his only son hid away a treasure somewhere on our land a long time ago. I've always noticed this tree was unusually dead. Because of the global pandemic, I had nothing else better to do, so I decided to set out on a mission. I did not expect to find this. Previously, on my last TikTok, my grandpa told me there was hidden treasure on our land, so I began to dig a hole deep enough to uncover anyone's secrets. After days of gold digging, I finally found something. It was a glass bottle with a scroll of paper inside that I certainly didn't put in there myself. To my surprise, it was a blueprint to our house. But what caught me off guard was a room that did not exist in the house itself. Previously, on my last TikTok, I found a blueprint of our house with a hidden room that no one knew about. If my Pythagorean theorem is correct, the room should be right in this exact spot. I felt the wall at the closet back, and it felt thinner than the rest of the house. Upon examination, I discovered a secret door and made my way through it. The passageway took me to a part of the house I have never seen before. In the corner of my eye, I saw a shiny gold box, and I knew this was the treasure my grandpa was talking about. I got out of there like Fast Guy in case there were booby traps. The shiny gold box was empty except for a little note that read, "Say these words at 2:01 p.m. So like I was super confused. This was just a bunch of gibberish. And why at 2:01 p.m.? This just didn't make any sense. There was probably no treasure at all at this point. Well, I mean, at least I killed a bunch of time during quarantine. Alright, whatever. What do I have to lose? Here goes nothing. Nos uoi evoi. That book was definitely not there before. I pretend to read every day. I would have noticed. I opened the book and it was a picture of my father. But why? He left me and my mom when I was only 5, and I never forgave him for that.
Dear son, I did not leave to buy milk. After tomorrow's mission, I'll be back soon, I promise.
My grandpa told me his only son hid away a treasure.
Dear son, I did not leave to buy milk. Hid away a treasure. Say these words at 2:01 p.m. I'll be back soon, I promise. I love you, son.
Hey guys, if you guys finished the finale and had no idea what was going on, basically here are all the Easter eggs and things you might have missed. In the first line of the story, I say, my grandpa's only son hid away a treasure. I don't know if you guys picked that up, but my grandpa's only son is my father. And it is revealed at the end that my father left my character when he was only just 5, and he never forgave him for that. So there was obviously a lot of animosity between them because my character thought that his father left to buy milk when he was 5. But the picture reveals that he was actually in the army and he was sent out on a mission and he was going to come back the next day, but he never returned from the mission. And the final reveal is a picture of me as a little boy, which meant the entire time my character was my father's treasure. So was this story real or not? The backstory and stuff about my grandpa coming over here and living with us is all real. But all that treasure hunting stuff, that's just a hunch of bogus. Not real at all, a bunch of hocus pocus. I was really trying to challenge myself and deliver an emotional story. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for me because I'm not an actor and I was just watching like sad videos to make myself cry for you guys. So this story was cool and all, but the other day, I saw the news about missing persons and I discovered a mysterious lump in my pillow that was not there the night before. And I knew some intruder was messing with me while I slept. I discover a pouch with a severed thumb inside along with a message that said,
You're next.
Now, this is just one of several missing person incidents over the past several weeks.
I saw the news and had chills down my hunchback spine.